Bless you, brothers and sisters. We the brothers from the Gathering of Christ Church, and we thank you for all the responses we've been getting in the blessings we've been getting through your prayers. Today we're going to just break down real quick, if we can, the understanding of Cornelius. It's widely taught that Cornelius was a Gentile. You have a lot of Israelite groups now teaching that Cornelius was an Israelite. There's only one way to clear that up, and that's the precepts. Cornelius was a devout man of God. We're going to see what nation he was of in a moment and his purpose. And he was a little different than the other Gentiles because he rejected the ways of the Greeks and Romans and started following the God of Israel. We're going to Acts the 10th chapter to give you a defined understanding of Cornelius, his character. We're going to Acts 15th chapter to show you that meeting with him and Peter was prophesied in the scriptures. Then we're going in the Old Testament to show you his nation. Let's read Acts 10 and 1.
Acts 10 and 1. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band.
Go ahead.
A devout man and one that feared God with all his house.
A devout man and one that feared God with all his house. So not only did he fear the God of Israel and the God that Christ was following, he made sure his whole house followed that same God. Read.
Which gave much alms to the people and prayed to God always.
Go ahead.
He saw in a vision, evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of God coming into him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thy alms are come up for a memorial before God. And now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter.
So now he was preparing Cornelius to go sit with Peter. Now when you read the story all the way to the 28th verse, you can see clearly that the Lord eventually prepared Peter to sit down with Cornelius. Go to Acts 15 now. Acts 15 and 14. And Peter's surname is Simon or Simeon. Read.
Simeon had declared how God at the first did visit the Gentiles to take...
Did visit who?
Did visit the Gentiles to take out of them a people for his name.
So the Lord visited Cornelius first to take out a people for his name. Simeon declared, that means Peter declared, that the Lord visited Cornelius, the Gentiles, first to take out a people for his name. So that's showing you right there that he was a Gentile. But of what nation? Read on.
And to this agree the words of the prophets, as it is written, After this I will return and will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down, and I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up, that the residue of men might seek after the Lord and all the Gentiles upon whom the name is called.
That's why the Lord did it, to take out a people of the Gentiles for his name. And on all the Gentiles, his name is called. Now, let's go to Amos, the 9th chapter, because that verse right there was written from one of the prophets. It says almost the same exact passage, but in the Old Testament, it identifies a nation. Read Amos 9 and 11.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen.
Same thing you read in Acts. Read.
And close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Same thing you read in Acts, shall build up those ruins as in the days of old, talking about David, the people of Israel under the old regime, David being rebuilt again. Read.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
That they may what?
That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom. Fulfilling that prophecy was Cornelius, showing you that Cornelius was Edom when you link those scriptures together. Read.
And of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord.
And all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord. Heathens are Gentiles. Let's link that up again. Read Acts 15 and 14, and we're going right back. Read.
Simon had declared how God at the first did visit the Gentiles to take out of them a people for his name, and to disobey the words of the prophets as it is written. After this I will return and will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down, and I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up, that the residue of men might seek after the Lord, and all the Gentiles upon whom my name is called.
See, you can't see a nation in that because it just says Gentiles in the New Testament. But every place you see where it says, as it was written, that lets you know it was written in the Old Testament. And you have to go back to that prophet to get the full detail of the understanding that you're getting in the New Testament. You can't get it in the New Testament. You have to go back to that prophet. Let's go back to that prophet again. Amos 9 and 11.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Same thing we read. Read.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
Why did he go to Cornelius? Read that part again.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
So that the children of God can eventually possess the remnant of Edom. Cornelius was the beginning of that remnant of the Edomites that would follow Christ. Read.
And of all the heathen which...
The other heathen, or the Gentiles, the other nations that are following Christ. Read.
Which are called by my name.
Which are called by his name. Read.
Saith the Lord that doeth this.
And it's the Lord that did this. So now we have an understanding. We don't have to guess and go through about 20 precepts to find out what was Cornelius. Well, devout man means Israelite. No, it does not. Because if he was an Israelite, how could he be in this chapter, in Amos, the 9th chapter, linking with Acts, the 15th chapter? That's saying that the Israelites will possess Israelites. So we hope we have cleared that up in the Spirit of God. Thank you.